Okay, for standard 9th we were doing problems on congruent triangles yesterday. There were two problems left which I'll finish today. Like he has given you two lines L and M indicated by L and M which are parallel to each other. This line, horizontal lines. These are horizontal line, L and M are parallel to each other. There are two other lines, parallel lines P and Q, which are intersecting these two parallel lines L and M at point A, B, C, D. What we have to prove is that we have to prove that triangle ABC and triangle ACD are congruent. They are congruent. That means they are equal to each other in each and every respect. So let us take this problem. In triangle ABC and triangle ACD or ADC, let us prove these two triangles to be congruent. Let us prove these two triangles to be congruent. I'll say that angle 1 like BAC is equal to ACD. Angle BAC is equal to angle BAC is equal to ACD. Angle ACD. Why are they equal? Because this line P is parallel to Q and AC cuts them, transversal AC cuts them, so they make alternate angles, interior alternate angles equal. So angle 1 is equal to angle 1, alternate angles. They are alternate angles. These are alternate angles. Because two lines are parallel, which lines are parallel? Line P is parallel to line Q and AC cuts them. So alternate, interior alternate angles, angle 1 and angle 1, which are indicated in the two triangles, are equal. Now let us take the other angle, that is ACB. Angle ACB will be equal to angle CAD. These are again alternate angles, but why are they alternate now? Angle 2 is alternate to A because L and M are parallel to each other, line L and M are parallel to each other, and AC cuts them. Line L and M are parallel to each other and AC as a transversal cuts it. So these are again interior alternate angles. So these angles are equal. Angle 1 is equal to 1, angle 2 is equal to 2, and AC is common. AC is equal to AC common. So one side and two angles, or two angles and the included side of one triangle, two angles and included side of one triangle is equal to two angles and included side of the other triangle. So triangle ABC is congruent to triangle ADC. This is ASA. This is what we have to prove. Show that ABC and ACD are congruent to each other. A corresponds to A, of course. C corresponds to C, and B will correspond to D. Because angle B will be equal to angle D. Because these angles have already proven equal to each other. The third angle left is angle B is equal to angle D. That is why B will correspond to D. A, of course, is common. C is common because it's a common arm. So A is corresponding to A in both the triangles. C is corresponding to C in both the triangles. And B will correspond to D. So now in front, you can see that in front of angle 1 here is the side BC. In front of 1 here the side is AD. So AD will be equal to BC. AD will be equal to BC. AD will be equal to BC. Also, we will say that AB is equal to DC. AB is equal to DC. And already they are parallel lines. Already they are parallel lines. So ABCD is a parallelogram. Is a parallelogram. Why it's a parallelogram? It's a quadrilateral having opposite sides equal and parallel. They are already parallel because L is parallel to M, P is parallel to Q, and we have proved that AB is equal to DC, and we have also proved that AD is equal to BC. So opposite sides are equal and parallel. So in parallelogram, please remember that a diagonal will divide the parallelogram in two equal halves, and each triangle will be congruent to other. Because if the triangles are congruent, their areas will also be equal. So these two triangles, ABC is congruent to ADC, means they are equal in area also. If I join D to B also, I can also prove that angle ADB will be equal to angle BCD, and they will be equal in area. So this is one of the properties, important properties of parallelogram, though that it was not asked, it was only asked to prove these two triangles to be congruent. We have done that, but along with that we have brought out the property of parallelogram for you, which is important. Now let us see the last question in this, question number 8. In question number 8, he has given you in the figure that AB is parallel to DC. It is given AB is parallel to DC. In the figure, AB is parallel to DC. It is given to you. AB is parallel to DC. Angle C is equal to angle D. Angle C and D are given equal. Angle C is given equal to angle D. And we have to prove, now these are given things. These are given things. What we have to prove is, prove number 1, AD is equal to BC. AD is equal to BC. AD is equal to BC. AD and BC will be equal. That is what we have to prove. AD is equal to BC we have to prove. Then we have to prove that AC is equal to BD. AC is equal to BD. A is joined to C and B is joined to AC and BD are equal. Now what we have done is we have drawn a line parallel to this line. BT is drawn parallel to AD. Because this line and this line are not parallel, so it's a kind of trapezium. So I have drawn BT parallel to AD. I have drawn BT parallel to AT. So this becomes a parallelogram. ABTD or ADTB will become a parallelogram. Why? Because this line is parallel to this line, and I have drawn this line parallel to this line, so it will become a parallelogram. It will become a parallelogram. And also this angle will be equal to this angle. These are corresponding angles. What is the construction? Draw BT parallel to AD. We have drawn BT parallel to AD. So ADTB is a parallelogram. Is a parallelogram. Why is it a parallelogram? Because the opposite sides are parallel. AB was given parallel to DC. I have made BT parallel to AD, so it will form a parallelogram. So AD will be equal to BT. AD will be equal to BT. AD will be equal to BT, and of the angle BTC will be equal to what? Angle BTC will be equal to angle ADT. ADT, these are corresponding angles. Lines are parallel, corresponding angle. Corresponding angle. These are corresponding angles. This angle is x, then this angle will be x. But this is also x because it is given angle D and angle C is equal. Given angle D is equal to angle C, it is given to you. It is given to you. This angle is equal to this angle given to you. I have proved this angle is equal to this angle. So, in triangle TBC, angle BTC is equal to angle BCT. We have proved because this is x, and this is equal to this, so these are equal. And if the two angles of a triangle are equal, then the sides opposite to them are also equal. That will imply BT is equal to CB. But BT is equal to AD. But BT is equal to AD given. It is given to you if you see it up there. It is given you that BT is equal to AD. We have proved it actually. We have proved BT and AD are equal. BT and AD are equal, opposite sides of parallelogram. That means BT is equal to CB, BT is equal to AD. That means CB or BD, we have to prove what? AD is equal to BC. Yes, AD is equal to BC. This will imply AD is equal to BC. Why? AD is equal to BT, BC is equal to BT. Both the lines are equal to the same straight line, so they are going to be equal to each other. AD will be equal to BC. This is the first point we had to prove. AD and BC are equal. Now I have to prove AC and BD are equal. AC and BD are equal. AC and BD are equal. So I have joined both these triangles. I have joined A to C and I have joined B to T. First of all, please understand this, because I have to rub it off to get the question done. What did we do? We draw BT parallel to AD. BT was drawn parallel to AD to make ADTB as a parallelogram. Because already this side was given parallel to this, we drew a line parallel to this line, so this became a parallelogram. In the parallelogram, opposite sides are equal and parallel. Already parallel are there, they will be equal. So we will say AD is equal to BT. Then we said this angle will be equal to this angle. Why? These are corresponding angle. If lines are parallel and a third line cuts them, then the corresponding angles are equal. AD and BT were parallel and this line was cutting them. So this and this are corresponding angle. One interior, one exterior, corresponding angle. And this angle was equal to this angle, so these two angles are equal. And if these two angles are equal, then the sides opposite to them will be equal in the triangle. I will say BT is equal to AC, BT is equal to AD, BT is equal to BC. So BC and AD are equal. That is what we had proved. Now, the second part. We have to prove that AC is equal to BD. We have to prove AC is equal to BD. So what we have done is, we have joined A to C, we have joined B to D, and let us take triangle ADC and BDC and prove them to be congruent. In triangle ADC and triangle BDC. Now you know very well that angle ADC is equal to angle BCD. It was given to you. It is given to you. Angle C is equal to angle D. It is given to you. It is given to you. And what else? We have, what is the other thing? We have proved that AD is equal to BC. We have proved AD is equal to BC. Proved. We proved AD is equal to BC. In the first part, we proved that. How did we prove it? We said AD is equal to BT and BT is equal to BC. So AD and BC are equal. And DC is common. DC is equal to DC common. So two sides and the included angle, two sides and the included angle of the triangle ADC is equal to two sides and the included angle of the triangle BDC. So triangle ADC is congruent to triangle BDC. And if they are congruent to each other, then what did we have to prove? We had to prove AC is equal to BD. So AC will be equal to BD, that is CP CT. That is CP CT, congruent part of the congruent triangles.